Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be going through some leaks regarding the update that's probably going to come out like this Wednesday or this Thursday, but it's been leaked. Like, the whole thing has been leaked, so we're going to go through the patch notes and kind of see what's there. So this was originally posted by this user on Reddit, and they said patch notes leak/bugged. When opened, it actually shows the notes for the new update 1.6.0. And now when I click on this, it doesn't show me the 1.6.0 updates, but also this was like 4 hours ago, and then someone also says that this was like fixed or something. So I can't actually click on this. But everyone here in the comments down below seemed to be like going with this, so I assume a lot of people clicked on it and they saw that it was like the actual patch notes actually posted by Embark themselves, you know? So I guess there was like some type of bug on Embark Center or something. But anyway, some commenter down here has wonderfully listed all of the patch notes, and I'm just going to be going through that because it's quite likely that this is going to be what's like actually going to be implemented within the coming update, right? So they took it down already, so here it is in full. Balance changes, gadgets, dome shield. Dome shields will now use squad colors if the use enemy squad color setting is enabled. That's very, very good. The reason that's good is because right now all of the dome shields are just red, so you don't really know who's thrown it, and that's just a very, very nice like quality of life update right there. That's great. Vanishing bomb. Increase the invisibility interrupt grace period for teammates from 0.65 seconds to 0.8 seconds. I'm going to have to read that again. Increase the invisibility interrupt grace period for teammates. I'm gonna be completely honest, I simply don't know what that one means. I'm just not comprehending that one right now. I'm gonna come back to it later on, maybe. Increase the invisibility interrupt grace period for the player from 0 seconds to 0.35 seconds. Increase the duration of vanishing bomb invisibility on teammates from 5 seconds to 6 seconds. So that's just a buff. I don't really know if these two are buffs or nerfs. The phrasing there is very complicated. I don't know what the invisibility interrupt grace period is. But this here is a buff, just increasing the duration of it for 1 second on teammates, which is nice. Zipline. Improved placement validation for ziplines, making them easier to deploy. That's great. I don't really think they were so hard to deploy. So I don't really know what's been changed here, but that's just kind of, it's probably a good thing anyway, so that's nice. Maps Las Vegas General. Added some cover to the side of kitchen trolleys to make them easier to use, okay. Replace the zipline between Eastwood and Decorah with a jump pad. Zipline between Eastwood and Decorah with a jump pad. I'm not too sure which one that is. I'm sure if I was actually like in-game, I would know what that was. But I don't know like the names of the different areas on the maps. But I guess one zipline has been changed with a jump pad. Move various cover pieces to avoid gaps in cover. Move various chairs to make traversal easier. Remove turrets and tripwires map variant in quick cache, blanket tournament, and ranked tournament modes while we fix various bugs and reevaluate the gameplay design. That's good, because I absolutely hated the tripwires and turrets. Like, the tripwires and turrets was just really, really annoying to play against. And like, Las Vegas is a map that I don't think has been very well received by a lot of people. I personally don't love the map. Like, it's fine. It's a fine map. It's not like I absolutely hate it or anything, but I just much prefer all of the other ones. But this, like, game modifier or whatever, this map modifier made it a lot more annoying. So I'm glad that they're trying to do something to rework this. I think that's probably quite good, because it was definitely super annoying. In saying that, I actually really do like the sandstorm variation of this map. I think that's quite cool, but this one was definitely not great. Argon Casino. Remove some of the monitors in the casino so some doors are easier to see. Okay, fair enough. Added an extra door to make traversal easier. Updated some vault spawn locations and added cover to some of them. Eastwood Casino updated exit points on various ziplines to make it easier to access rooftops. Added decals. Yeah, that's actually very good. Because sometimes getting up and down from buildings is very annoying on that map specifically, so that's probably a nice change there as well. Added decals to some windows to make the glass more visible. Rearranged the aircon units to create more cover on the roof. Adjusted the position of some cash out locations. Glamora Casino. Remove some chairs so it's easier to jump in and out of cashier booths. Remove some chairs and railings in the theater to make traversal easier. Various other small fixes and balance tweaks. Specialization's mesh shield. The mesh shield will now use squad colors if they use... Okay, so this is the same as the dome shield. This is also going to use enemy team colors now as well, which is good. Recon sensors. Oh, here we go. Added a range limit Hey, let's go. To recon senses set to 30 meters, rather. Players outside of this range will not be detected. So 30-meter range limit to recon senses. Players detected by recon senses will now see detected warning text on their HUD. So that's going to be, I assume, like what happens when you get sensed by recon grenades, which is recon grenades. Is that what they're called? Sonar grenades is what they're called. So I guess that's going to be like the same warning sign, which makes sense. Def note, recon senses have become much more common in the meta than we intended and can cause confusion for some newer players. The reduction in range and the warning given to detected players will bring the ability's power back in line with other specializations. Yeah, so like this is obviously a massive nerf. Like the range going from pretty much infinite to 30 meters is huge, and then also enemy players knowing when they've been detected is also huge. And this paired with the last buff they gave it, which makes it like last not as long. That's all going to be very, very massive buffs. I'd be surprised if the healing beam didn't kind of become more of the meta now. It's like very, very good still, but I think now it's probably just going to be a decent bit better than the recon senses. But I think the recon senses are still going to be viable. I just don't think they're going to be anywhere as good as they are right now, which is fair enough because we've had the same meta for a while and it's always good to change the meta up. And this is definitely a hefty nerf to it, but I think it is quite deserved and we're going to have to see how it works in game. But the turret needs a buff, like both the recon senses before and as they probably will be when this update comes out. And the healing beam are much, much better than the turret. The turret needs to be buffed if it wants to stay in the meta. Anyway, so this was all posted by this person right here. And then they posted again and like came in with a second set of patch notes, which I'm also going to go through. But props to this person because this is very useful for me. Content and bug fixes. Animation. Fix some small issues with the LH1 reload and goo gun inspect animations. Okay. Updated reload animations when aiming down sights to add slightly more movement to them. Okay. Audio. Updated footstep audio and mix the player, teammates, and enemies. That's interesting. Oh, let me highlight it properly. I don't think the audio in this game is fantastic. I think it's okay. I don't think it's as good as, like, let's say a game like Overwatch that has absolutely incredible audio. Now, it's definitely not as bad as COD, I think, but the in-game audio definitely isn't great. So I'm interested to see what this does, and I'd be interested to see how that changes up how everything is heard. But that definitely sounds interesting anyway. Def note, it should now be clearer for players to tell friendly players apart from enemies. Oh yeah, that's good. I was gonna say, it's very hard for you to differentiate between your own footsteps, your teammates' footsteps, and enemy footsteps. They all kind of sound the same, but apparently they've done something now to change that, which is very, very good. That's going to be very nice. And obviously we're going to have to see if we can actually, like, hear the difference, but I assume we will be able to. Fix an issue where the spawn sound effect could be cut off when respawning. Updated various VO lines. Okay, various VO bug fixes. Career rank. Added 10 more levels to the career rank along with additional rewards. Max rank is now 50. Oh, that's absolutely awesome. If you didn't know, that's actually really, really nice. The reason that's nice is because, like, these are all rewards you get for free. So there's the battle pass, sure, and then there's the ranked, like, rewards as well, which are also free. But the battle pass rewards you obviously have to pay for, all the ones that aren't free anyway, right? But these career rewards you just get by leveling up. And they've added another 10 of them, and all 10 of these are just going to have, like, an additional reward. So there's an additional 10 rewards here. So that's just really, really cool to see from the developers. Like, I can't name any other AAA company that would just give stuff away for free like this, especially, like, 10 things away for free. So that's, like, really, really, really nice to see. And I think that's a good sign for what's going to come in the future as well. But that's just really awesome. And also, because the rank system absolutely sucks right now, because the matchmaking sucks and the way the whole rank system works just sucks, like, there's not a whole lot to grind for. A lot of people, including myself, just aren't really playing so much ranked, and now this has definitely added just a little bit more of something that people can grind for, which I think is very, very good. So that's like a lovely, lovely little addition right there, if that actually comes to fruition. Characters. Fix an issue where characters could have their legs yeah, but backwards on some screens. That was a thing that was going around on Reddit a lot, but apparently it's going to be fixed now, so that's good. Controller. Added gyro aiming options for PS5 DualSense and PS4 DualShock controllers. I am not a controller player. I am familiar with the term, but I don't actually know what it means, but I guess there's just some quality of life additional options for controller players there, so rejoice. Fix an issue where aim assistance I'll say that again. Fix an issue where aim assistance sensitivity reduction that caused almost no sensitivity reduction to be applied to targets closer to the player than 20 meters. That sounds like a pretty annoying bug. I am glad that that has been fixed. Reduced input latency on PS5. That's nice. Emotes. Fix an issue that prevented the player emoting while crouched. Okay. Gadgets, defibrillators. Fix an issue where players' statues could not be targeted for revives when lying on foliage. That's very, very good. And then also when carried. Ooh. Fix an issue where player statues could not be targeted for revives when carried. I did not know that that was an issue. I thought that was an intentional thing. But I guess now, if like your teammate has your totem, and then your other teammate goes to defibrillate you while they're carrying it, you can get rezzed. So that's actually really, really cool. That's quite nice to see, because it was actually possible for someone to just like throw the game if they just constantly held your totem, like your other teammate couldn't get it, right? So that's a very, very, very nice fix right there. And I actually didn't know it was an issue. I thought that was like an intended thing, but it's awesome that that's been fixed. And also this lying in foliage thing is very, very nice as well, because that was super annoying. If someone was in like a big tree or a bit of grass, you just couldn't defibrillate them, and sometimes that would end up, that would like make you get team wiped and stuff. So these are both very, very nice fixes right there. Fix various issues with placement distances on deployable gadgets. I don't really know what that means, but I think it's like deliberately vague, but okay. Fix an issue where turret parts could collide with each other, causing strange behavior when placed on barrels. Alright. Game modes general. Added Steal the Spotlight event mode. Added the ability for players to edit all items in their loadout in the match lobby at the start of each match in all game modes, in addition to being able to swap between loadouts. This allows players to now swap specializations as well as any item in their collection with items currently in their loadout, as long as it is a valid item for the archetype being used. Right. So one thing here is, I think that you should be able to switch specializations at the start of each match. But apart from just like randomly throwing in my own personal opinions that don't really mean anything in there, that's really cool. That sounds like a good event changer. I don't really know how much it's going to be used. Sometimes at the start of the match, it's like hard to notice what the game changer is. A lot of people just don't look. Even I myself just don't look what like the match modifier is. I assume it's gonna like tell you that if it like shows up on the screen with like big numbers and big font and all that, saying that like Steal the Spotlight event mode is active, that would probably be good. But that's definitely interesting. And I guess it's just like kind of a nice thing there that you can do. I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know how it's going to be received, but it's definitely interesting anyway. I'm certainly not opposed to it, and sounds kind of cool. But yeah, there you go. I do think that you should have some more freedom in what you change, though. Like, I think when you're not, like, when you're in a tournament mode, not during the match, but like at the end of each match, as you move on to the next round, you should be able to change to whatever you want, not just what's on your reserve. And I think during the game, maybe it would be good to be able to change from stuff on your reserve, but I'm not sure. Anyway, ranked tournament. Lowered the number of rounds required to play ranked tournament from 60 to 45. Yeah, 45 is still a pretty ridiculous amount. But you know, it's good that they've lessened it. Hopefully they just lessened it further. Definite. With the improvements we've made to fair play and banning, the threshold required to enter ranked tournament doesn't need to be quite so high. Yeah, but you know what you could do? You could just fix the rank system. Yeah, like the rank system still sucks. It's, yeah, anyway, I'm not going to get into all that right now. Solo Banquet. Disable the experimental... Oh, no! It's gone! I really like Solo Banquet. That was really fun. Oh, that's a shame. I really like that mode. And now I have to, I guess I'm forced to play quick play. That's a shame. I did like it, but, you know, it was experimental, so fair enough. And hopefully they're going to take all the feedback that everyone provided and make it into a fun new game mode that comes out at some point. But yeah, there you go. Maps Monaco. Made night and night storm weather conditions slightly less dark on Monaco for OLEDs. Okay. Had to burp again. Tweaked LOD settings on some trees in Monaco to reduce popping on low settings. Movement. Fix an issue where players could become stuck in encroached spaces. Okay. Fix an issue where players would fail wall jumps if they pressed and held jump too early in a vault sequence. Fix an issue where the player would cancel a slide if aiming down sights was triggered from toggled crouch. That's mega specific, but okay. Security. Made various improvements to security and cheat detection. Yeah. You know what you could do? You could implement a rank system. Here's the thinking behind that. if you win like 4 games in a row in Warzone and you get very close to doing a nuke, you are met with dozens of cheaters. The reason for that is because you have like the hidden elo, but all of the other like cheaters are really high up in that hidden elo, so you don't really like meet cheaters unless you win 4 games in a row. Unless you're like a very high ranked Warzone player, you don't run into cheaters, and that's just because it's like a decent rank system, right? So instead of like constantly trying to just prevent cheaters, because that's just impossible, there's always going to be cheaters, right? No matter what you do, you can lessen them, sure, but there's always going to be cheaters. The easiest way to make cheaters not a problem for like 80% of the player base is to put all of the cheaters in the super high ranked matches, right? And that just fixes it. That fixes the cheating problem for most players. And sure, it's like kind of an issue then for the top ranked players, but again, that's going to be a very, very small portion of the player base, and it is going to make it seem like there's no cheating for most of the player base, which is going to be a good thing. But anyway, that's my rant over about that. Settings: increase default FOV from 71 to 81, new installations only. Alright, UI. Added career rank screen where players can see rewards earned by gaining rank. Very, very good. That should have been in there from the start. I remember when I was ranking up in my career, I didn't really know what I was getting. You had to go to like the customization place, and then you had to like individually look through like the head, torso, feet, or whatever to see what the ranks were, and then you'd see the level you got each rank at, each reward at rather. So it's very, very nice that they're going to have some type of little menu there to look at what you're actually getting. That's nice. Add a new tournament overview screen to tournament modes. I don't know what that means, just simply gonna have to find that out, but it sounds interesting. Any type of info on what is, maybe it's like overview screen. I don't know what that means, I guess we'll find out. Add an additional item tutorial videos for the following items: APS tart, gas grenade, glitch trap, goo gun, motion sensor, pyro grenade, smoke grenade, sonar grenade, and thermal vision. So if you go in game and you like look at an item, most of them have a tutorial for like how to use them, and they've just added in some tutorials on how to use some different things there, which is good. Added new event contracts onto the contract screen. Updated the size of ranked icons, fixed wrapping issues on contracts during the end of round sequence, decreased duration of vault objective markers on round start. Okay, I guess they're just not going to be big for as long. Made various improvements to contextual ping accuracy, making them more accurate. Speaking of ping, give us an option to see our ping and our FPS while you're at it. That would be great. I would really like it. Various bug fixes to the UI. VFX added new impact effects when friendly players shoot each other instead of the coin effects. That makes sense, as this could cause confusion for players. Yeah, that's a nice fix right there. Updated collision on coin death effects to reduce the number of coins that can fall through floors. Okay. Various polish improvements to coin death effects. Optimization pass on the gas canister. Explosion effects. Okay. Weapons: increase the size of various grenade projectiles to make them easier to see in combat. Fair enough. Fix some issues where AoE damage could be wrongly invalidated, causing no damage to be done. I didn't experience that, but it definitely sounds annoying. Fix an exploit where melee weapons could be swung faster than intended. Fix an issue that prevented C4 mines from being picked up when placed on a throwable object that had been picked up. I think this is when you place it on like a canister and you can't pick it up anymore. So I assume that was like a bug and it's been fixed now. So I guess if you throw it onto a canister, you're going to be able to pick it up now, which is nice. And now, you know what? I'm going to read this as well. So whoever posted this posted it like kind of backwards. This third one they posted backwards, but that's okay. So this was supposed to be at the start, but I'm just going to read it now because then it's like proper the full patch notes. This is supposed to be the top, but you get the idea. Mid-season update 1.6.0. Welcome to our season 1 event, Steal the Spotlight. In this LTM solo event, you enter the arena at night with a set build and loadout. Lights are out and cash out stations are guarded by turrets and tripwires, so the best path might just be the one you make yourself, so keep that RPG handy. Play Steal the Spotlight this week to unlock a dazzling cosmetic bundle. Ooh. Okay, I guess you get stuff for playing it, which is interesting. That will forever remind you of your time spent duking it out in the dark. For now, we'll be removing Solo Banquet from the game. Thank you so much to everyone who played this experimental mode and provided feedback. We learned so much, and we look forward to bringing you more experimental modes in the future. As for other significant changes in the update 1.6.0, recon sensors have been updated with a limited reach, no more infinite sight, yeah, and in case you get spotted, you'll get notified so you can get ready for the battle ahead. Including some refinements to close-range aim assistance, controller players can now use gyro controls for supported gamepad, so let the game good times roller. as they say. For all you old-timers, we've added 10 levels to the career rank with additional rewards, and for newcomers, we've reduced the number of rounds needed to get into a ranked tournament from 60 to 45. To help you prepare, you're now able to change your loadouts in the lobby while you wait to find a match. Let's get to the details. You're now able to change your loadouts in the lobby while you wait for a match. That's good. I didn't know that that wasn't a thing. I thought that had already been fixed, but that's a great change right there. Yeah, so maybe I'm going to go back to the Steal the Spotlight mode for a second, because just maybe I didn't understand. I have to quickly go find where that is. So they've disabled Solar Banquet, and I guess Steal the Spotlight is the new game mode. I thought it was like a new, just, like, map modifier or something. I have to find it now. Right, so here it is. Added Steal the Spotlight event mode. Added the ability for players to edit all items in their loadout in the match lobby at the start of each match in all game modes, in addition to being able to swap between loadouts. This allows players to now swap specializations as well as any item in their collection with items currently in their loadout as long as it is a valid item for the archetype being used. So this is just like one really long sentence, well, two really long sentences. And I simply don't really understand what it is. I'm not sure if this is like a limited time event that you have to like just play, like Solar Banquet. So I'm not sure if like they're removing Solar Banquet and they're putting this one in, or if this is just like an event like the one where the aliens make the lasers happen, or like Low Gravity, right? I don't really know what this is, so if someone smarter than me can tell me down in the comments down below, I'll like pin it so other people can read it, and then everyone's just gonna have that description, because I don't know what this means. It is also like 3 a.m. when I'm making this video, so I am tired as well, so that is my excuse. But if I just go back down here, play Steal the Spotlight this week to unlock a dazzling cosmetic bundle that will forever remind you of your time spent duking it out in the dark. So yeah, this sentence right here makes me think that it's going to be like a limited time mode. And then they also do say they're removing Solar Banquet. So I think they're like, here is the new game mode and we're removing the old one. I think it makes sense for them to kind of phrase it like that. I might be completely wrong, but that's what I think. Again, if someone comments in the comments down below, says it, I might just pin it so that other people can see it as well, and that would be clearer. But anyway, obviously this is all a little bit of what's the word? Speculation. Speculation is the word. Obviously this is all a little bit of speculation, because no one really knows if this is going to all be like the same and all confirmed for whenever the next update is. But I think it's pretty likely, because, you know, it's got how many upvotes? 230 upvotes, which is a lot. So I guess a lot of people saw it and then went into like, this is the official, the finals website, and these patch notes were there. So I'd assume that this is like fairly concrete, but you know, there's a very small chance that this might change, but I'd say it's just most likely probably not going to change. And yeah, props to whoever this person is for putting all those patch notes there. It's always handy when some Redditor goes out of the way to do that so other people can see it. But yeah, anyway, biggest things here is that the recon census has been nerfed, and also there may or may not be a new game mode rather. But the recon census being nerfed is definitely the biggest thing. Healing Beam is probably going to be a lot better now. This was like a massive change. This was a massive buff right here. And I'm probably going to have to make another video when the actual patch note comes out. But that's my problem, not yours, so you didn't actually need to know about that. I guess the Vanishing Bomb also got a small buff. Again, I don't super know what these two are, but I think that's a buff. Some quality of life changes to the Dome Shield and the Mesh Shield. And I don't think anything else was changed a whole lot. I think it was mainly just the recon census, right? And also like another 10 free things for us to get, which is nice. And there's also supposed to be like some type of bundle that you can unlock in the newest mode. I'm just going to go back down to that. Yeah, so this week to unlock a dazzling cosmetic bundle. So it says you can unlock it and it's a cosmetic bundle. So I can only assume that this is also going to be free, because otherwise you wouldn't unlock it. You just pay for it, right? So I'm guessing if you play this game mode, you get that like free bundle that you unlocked. So yeah, there you go. All in all, I think this is pretty good changes. There's nothing I disagreed with. Like sometimes I think they nerf things a bit heavily. Like the recon census is a very heavy nerf, but they were also like the absolute meta, right? So I think that's fair. you know, it would be nice to see a buff to a couple of things, like maybe a faster reload for the shotgun, either increased mag size, faster reload for the CL40, buff to the AKM so that there's no more visual recoil. But this didn't really seem to be a patch that kind of changed any of the weapons. I think it was more of like a quality of life / bug fix kind of patch, with the one thing being the recon sensors, because they were just super, super powerful. But for the most part, I think this is pretty good, and I've talked for a long time now, so I am going to stop talking. But yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be it for this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Farewell.